Dr. Duane King, the first person of Culprits of the Calamity, goes to him. You can be forgiven if you don't know who this guy is. This guy was the executive director of the Southwest Museum in Los Angeles from 1995 to 2008. And when he couldn't get the museum to work because, you know, he's a paper pusher and not someone who should be leading a museum, he actively courted the Autry National Center to merge with them. More of a hostile takeover.
It's Autry's men making another raid.
Led in part by Duane King. He's a researcher, he's a historian. Those are good things. But he is not a businessman. He has no idea how to run a successful museum. I hope the good people of Tulsa, Oklahoma, and the people running the Gilcrease Museum, where he's gone, don't fall victim to Dr. King like Los Angeles did. Listen to the following video from KJRH Tulsa News Channel. Everything he says was promised many years ago to the Southwest Museum here in Los Angeles. I hope he is successful for the people of Tulsa. I'd hate for them to go through what we are going through. What he has done in Los Angeles is he has hastened the migration of our priceless collection away from LA's first museum, the Southwest Museum, and now that landmark building is threatened. His legacy in Los Angeles is more angel of destruction than savior. Let's watch the video.
The Gilcrease Museum has been in the headlines a lot lately. Dr. Duane King is the new man in charge. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for inviting me.
So you started on the job May 1st, and so what are some of your goals? I know you're going to try to do some community building, I guess, and try to bring the community in and get them to know the museum a little better.
One of the things we would like to do is acquaint the people of Tulsa with the museum. It's surprising that in spite of the fact that it's a world-class collection, a world-class museum, there are still people within a 10-mile radius of the museum that haven't been there and don't know how significant it is. So we're going to embark on a charter membership campaign to bring in people who've never been to the museum before.
The city of Tulsa is fortunate that we have some great museums, but like you said, a lot of people don't even know that the Gilcrease is there and the fantastic collection that it has. And so I guess part of it's just publicity and getting the word out about it.
That's right. And again, this is where the partnership comes into play. Both the city and the university will do everything possible to make sure that people are aware of this important resource right here in Tulsa, and also make sure that people around the country know about it.
Sure.
And what we hope to do is bring more of the collection out of storage into the public view, and we will do this over the next several years.
Okay, so you're going to expand it at all, or just try to rearrange how it's laid out and positioned and so forth?
Well, both. We realize that for the museum to continue to grow, it's going to have more space. There's no more room inside the present building to do additional exhibits or do additional programming. So we want to create classroom space, we want to create temporary exhibit space, and we want to create programming space to bring more special events and more educational programs to the museum.
And so I guess with some of the fundraising and so forth, part of that will go towards expanding the museum then.
Yes.
So those are pretty ambitious goals.
Dr. Duane King failed, and he ruined our museum and has ruined our culture in Los Angeles for doing that. But I guess in this topsy-turvy world we live in today, he gets to fail upward. So in this inaugural episode of Culprits of the Calamity, the distinction goes to Dr.